Hello everyone, this demo is about the data engineering pipeline on utilizing AWS services to predict Bitcoin price and perform sentiment analysis on community review. The basic workflow is defined in a graph. There are two sets of Lambda functions with web scrapers embedded to update and retrieve info in and from DynamoDB tables, and then send messages to SQS queue. From that point, consumer lambdas will retrieve messages from SQS and then perform corresponding sentiment analysis or just directly store information into the S3 bucket. Finally, a SageMaker notebook instance will retrieve info from that bucket and perform a linear time theories analysis and LDA model to predict Bitcoin price and cluster the community labels.
The first Lambda function is designed to scrape the web once a day for, to be exact, yesterday's Bitcoin price. There's actually no entry or information for now in the Bitcoin table. I'm going to enable this CloudWatch event, which I set to be triggered every minute. It will now scrape the top 7 rows inside that web page, and then update those records together into DynamoDB, since DynamoDB will converge any duplicated records. It ensures us that we don't miss any specific day. And let's go to this DynamoDB interface. You can see that there are now entries there. The second Lambda function is designed to scrape Bitcoin community for reviews and update them into DynamoDB, and then interact with AWS Comprehend to accumulate sentiment analysis. And the frequency of trigger can be determined based upon the community vitality. For example, if I decided to scrape this community, where the most recent review is 3 days ago, it's probably a better idea to set the frequency at once a day. However, if I decided to scrape a more vital community, such as investing, where the average time gap between 2 comments are around 10 to 20 minutes, it's better to adjust the frequency based upon that. And before we start, you can see that there's no entry that has that date time. But after I run this producer function, a new entry will be generated here. You can see that there will be the results will appear here. I trained a SageMaker machine learning model to forecast Bitcoin price. So the first part is examining the data. I'm reading data from the S3 bucket, and you can see the general trend here. And here the shift function is intended to move the column downward for K entries, and then leave the first K entry blank, so that you would know we're analyzing the data every K weeks in this case. And this is the part where I split training, test, and validation dataset, and then I exported the training and validation data into the S3 bucket for future use. And I run this session to actually fit the model. Here, 30 means I want to compare the Bitcoin price 30 weeks after 2017 January the 1st with 60 weeks after that date. As a result, for the naive Bayes analysis, you can easily tell that it is not good. And the second one is the one step ahead analysis. This one is pretty good because the forecast and actual lines almost overlap each other. And the last one is the multi-step ahead analysis. It's not as bad as the naive Bayes one. The one step ahead model performs the best out of these 3